Pressed it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Likutei Moharan, Terech base. We are Basif base. So after we have said that there is this seal, which is called the seal of the legs, of the raglan, which is that concealing that the Tzaddik Ador do to the original Gzadin, the Kadosh Baruch Hu, decrees on the world and let them know. And they go to Am Yisrael and they admonish them, in order to sweeten up the decree. And again, they conceal the verdict, the indictment, so the Chitzonim, the Klippas will not have a unique from it. So this altogether is called Chosam Raglan. It's called Raglan, the seal of the legs, because of two reasons. Why dafka legs? One of them is because they are the consultants of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu consults with them before he makes the Gzadin. And we said those that the Chumash says that all the people that at your feet means all those who follow your advice. So being there within, an advisory role by Kodesh Baruch Hu, so they're called legs, they're called ugly.
This is what we supposed to keep our feet covered.
And probably, yeah. And the second reason why they're called raglan is because they are Hashem's messengers to go and admonish Am Yisrael, to bring them back, to try to undo the verdict. So messengers, so they're called raglan because of that. These two reasons. Okay. And it says, there is a seal which is above this seal. In other words, that second seal that we're talking about is above because it is the outer seal, the outer gate, so to speak, that guards the inner seal. The Chosam Raglan is the inner seal. That's the original seal. It has an outer seal, it's an outer fence with an outer gate, so to speak. And this one's going to have Pchinas Yadayim, Amakabel Musa Me'ela Mochichim. This is the aspects of hands that receive the Musar, the admonishment from those who admonish. V'Pchinas, that it is said, B'yad kol odom yachter. And in the hand of every person, he will be sealed. It says that Rashi says that initially in Eiv, this is in Job, and this says V'yad kol odom yachtam adas kol anshei ma'aseu. Rashi says, and when a person sins before Kodesh Baruch Hu, the person himself signs off in his own hand, so to speak, in the day he dies, on all the averos that are written before him. Adas kol anshe ma'aseu means that every person, needs to know. You need to let a person know, to read them the Miranda rights. You have to let them know what they're being judged for. So b'yas kol odom yachtom. He tells you that the hands are a chosam, they are a seal. That, in other words, the Mochichei Ador, they do the inner seal on the actual verdict, so the Chitzonim will not feed off it. And by the hands, of the people who receive the admonishment from the Tzaddik Yador becomes the outer seal. That's the seal that guards the inner seal. The inner seal is made by the tzaddikim. The outer seal is made by the people who listen to the tzaddikim. The inner seal's role is to guard the secret of the actual Gzadin. So the klippas will not have... the minute, see what happens, it's like what happens with Hitler Yamach Shemoy and the Mufti Yamach Shemoy. You know, that Bibi Netanyahu said about this thing. Everybody says, it takes the... Well, the minute there was a Hitler, you know, so there was already a Chitzain, already a devil as the Mufti that came in and nudged him, you know, towards the final solution, you know, to exterminate all the Jews. I mean, there was already a Hitler. I mean, there was already a murderer. There was already a homicidal maniac, you know, running the. But the plan at the time was not, you know, mass extermination. I mean, yeah, they killed Jews. They did it happily. I mean, the whole plan was to defeat the Jews. But the basic plan was what they call the territorial solution. They wanted to make Europe Judenrein, clean of Jews. So they wanted to exile the Jews to Eastern Europe. I mean, Stalin wouldn't play ball, but this, you know, it's just... and there was another plan to send him to Madagascar. You know, there was another plan, you know, that to send him to Eretz Israel. Just shoot him away. So the Mufti came to Hitler and he says, don't do that, you know. So what should I do? And he says, just burn them. Once the verdict is open, the Chitzoniim, you know, latch on and they make it a din kosher Hashem Yirachem. So the tzaddikim have to chasm the din, they have to conceal the din, they have to seal it off so that the Chitzoniim don't know that they come to people and they admonish them. So the Chitzoniim will know, hey, they're admonishing them, you know. So even when they admonish, they conceal it. It's a special kind of thing, the pe'ula that tzaddikim do, even though that they say, they still conceal what the Gzadin is. This is called the inner seal. That hiding that they hide from the Chitzoniim. Now, the Chasam Yadayim, the seal of the hands, this is made by the people who receive the Musar from the Tzaddik Yador. This one acts as an outer fence, as an outer gate that protects the inner seal, because if the inner seal, you know, is damaged, you know, the Chitzoniim can feed off directly and chas v'chalil and make it into a disaster. So you need, you know, siag. You need an outer perimeter seal, so to speak, so that, you know, so that's not breached. So the inner seal will not be breached. The inner is called the seal of the legs, and the outer seal is called the seal of the hands. The seal of the hands is made by the people who receive the Musar. This is the receiving the Musar is called the receiving with the hands. Biyaskal Odom Yachter. So the Yadayim, it says by Yadayim, why do with the hands? The Yadayim is the Pchinas Emuno. It's the Emuno Shizkabel Ba'amusa. We learned already that to spread one's hands to Hashem means to daven. The hands mean many things on different levels. In Gashmins means I do it with my own hands. See, Yadayim is Koichi V'Atzim. That's the epitome of lack of emunah. When it's to do with, I can do it myself, I do it myself. The Ruchnius, however, when it comes to davening, the hands are exactly the opposite. It means you lift your hands to Hashem and you go like this. Means I can't do, you do. This is spreading the hands in tefillah. So here, tefillah means that you believe that somebody can help you, right? So the tefillah, the hands spiritually means emunah. Now, to receive admonishment from somebody, you need to believe that they're on your side. that what they're saying is for your benefit, right? So that's why we say that the seal of the hands is the emunah that the people who receive the admonishment have in those who admonish them, in the tzaddikim. That's why we say that you receive the admonishment with your hands. You receive with the emunah that you believe in them. If you didn't believe in them, you'll laugh at them. So this is the Yadayim is the B'chinas Emunah Sheniskabel Ba'Musar. This is the Emunah with which the Musar is received. B'chinas, as he said, Ka'asher Diber Hashem B'yad Moshe. As Hashem has spoken in the hand of Moshe. Moshe was the emissary. He says Hashem spoke in the hand of Moshe. It wasn't in the hand of Moshe. B'yad Moshe means that the Burim are coming, are absorbed and accepted in the Bechina of hands, and the hands is Emunah. And it is said, this is what we just said in Mecheron Samolek, Vi Yodav Emunah Ad Be'Hashemesh, that his hands were Emunah until the sun came. And Onkelos said, Yisam Bitzloi, they were spread in prayer. So the B'chinas Yadayim is Emunah. In other words, by the fact that the person has Emunah in Hashem and in Tzaddikim, he accepts the admonishment. He accepts the Musar of those, the admonish of the generation. And by accepting the Musar out of Emunah, you accept the Musar because you have Emunah, this makes this outer seal, this external seal that guards the inner seal. It makes sure that the Chitzonium will not feed off the Gzal. Then Chas v'Chalila can be a disaster, cruel, and there'll be the Shalom in the world will be damaged, and there will be Gerushin, there will be exiles, and Machloikis, and Shem Yirachem. And the Rebbe says, V'zeh choisem, this particular choisem, that outer seal, the Emunah, tzur shmir seira shelo iskalkel. It needs extra caution, extra care that it will not spoil. Ein shelo iskalkel ha'emunah, the Emunah itself will not get spoiled. Hekshechas v'shol iskalkel choisem achitzon, when the outer seal is spoiled, then the people don't have Emunah. Yuchlu, the Chitzonim, the Klippis, Niskal v'choisem ha'pnimi. They can get close to the inner seal. Ve'kalkelu ha'choisem ha'pnimi. And they will damage, they will corrupt the inner choisem. Alidei kikol ha'choisem ha'chitzon. Being that they damage the outer, they'll already have access to the choisem ha'pnimi. Why? Because the choisem ha'chitzon is the Emunah. When the Emunah gets spoiled, the choisem ha'chitzon gets spoiled, they can get to the choisem ha'pnimi. And then, because they did not receive, the people didn't, what does it mean? The choisem ha'chitzon was spoiled. It means the Emunah was diminished. The Emunah diminished automatically means that the bad of the generations, the deeds of the generations are deteriorating. That can spoil the choisem ha'pnimi. Then the chitzonim can chas v'chalila, feed off. Okay, that's one reason why the choisem achitzon has to be guarded, so the chitzonim won't get the choisem ha'pnimi. And there's another reason why there's extra care needs to be applied to the emunah. Kshechas v'shol miskakel choisem hayadayim, when that seal of the hands, which is the emunah, the outer seal, is corrupted, now some is a kfiris, that it doesn't just mean there's lack of emunah. If there's lack of emunah, there's the opposite. And this is heresy, shehepech ha'emunah, there's the opposite of emunah. V'nasa emunas kosbius, this becomes, false emunas. Ki ika avodah zora en lakoch ela k'shemekabel me'yadayim ela. Those hands, that magical tool, the spiritual hands, the spirit of Emunah, can go this way or can go that way. And same way that the true Emunah has to be through the Yadayim, the Avodah Zarah also has to be through the Yadayim. That's why you see in the Tanakh, in the Chumash, in the Bible, you see that because all the stories of the Bible, they have to do with these are all mashon, these are all parables. These are all, these are all parables to very extremely spiritual inyanim. So that's like we said, like Moshe Rabbeinu spread his hands, until the sun came. So that tells you that the Yadayim is tefillah, is amunah. You see, the story is just that the person just spread his hands. But the story itself is a parable. So the same thing, there's a story that shows you that the Avodah Zarah also receives the koyach from the hands. That emunah. It's either emunah in this or emunah in that. It says, that's the main Avodah Zarah. When the Yadayim Kedusha is corrupted, Bivchinas, it says about the making of the golden calf. Vayikach miyodam, Aaron took the gold from their hands. Vayitzer es becheret, and he created it in the oven. As it says in the Zohar, on this posuk Maseh Egel. The Zohar explains on this particular thing. What is he took it and said, what do we care to send it to me by UPS? What do we care? What is it? He took it from their hands. So the Zohar says, with what were they succeeding in this particular Maaseh of the Egel Azov, begin the Vikach Miyodom. They succeeded because Aaron HaKohen took from the hands of two sorcerers, warlocks, the gold and make the Egel from it. They already gave it, a fakishif gold. He took it from their hands. And the Zohar says like this, if he would have just taken it from their hands and thrown it on the ground, even though you'll pick it up afterwards, that bad deed would not have succeeded. Because there were two mechashvan over there that brought about the creation of the golden calf through the kishif. If Aaron would have thrown the gold to the ground when he received it from their hands, the kishif would have canceled. So you see that the koyach of the egel, which is about the Zohar, to become the egel, it came because it was taken from the hands of the mechashvan, of the warlocks, of the sorcerers. He took it from their hands. He didn't take it from the ground. He took it from their hands. And because when the time when Am Yisrael saw that Moshe Rabbeinu is not coming, he was delaying on Har Sinai. They damaged their emunah. The Yadayim were damaged. Chosim Achitzon was damaged, and that gave the Mechashvim access to that aspect of Yadayim, to do from them Avodah Zarah. Gam Tikunai, also the rectification of Avodah Zarah, Ugam ken rak al dei b'chinas Yadayim, is only through a b'china of hands. B'chinas, it is said after Bnei Yisrael fought with the children of Shechem, it says Vayitnu el Yaakov eskol Elokei anecha shaviyadam. Actually, it should be Elohei anecha, because Elokei, it's not real. It's not real. It's not a real God. So it should be. I remember somebody once mentioned this. It should be Elohei anecha, not Elokei anecha. Hashem b'yadam. It's alluded to in this that Yaakov has fixed that aspect of Yadayim from which the Avodah Zarah gets its koyach, and with this he eradicated it. What's the reason Avodah Zarah gets the koyach from the Yadayim? When the outer seal gets corrupted, Ki me'achoisam nasa nidas, the same thing. Choisam turns to nidas because it's gematria, the same gematria. Nidas when a woman sees blood, b'chinas yedechem domim aleyo. Your hands will fill with blood. It's alludes to the fact that the Yadayim, the Kedusha, were corrupted, and it became from Keviyochel Dam Nida, because Nidas and Choisam is the same gematria. Kiyad b'miloy, when you say the gematria, the full gematria of Yad, Kazeh Yud Dalet is Yud Vav Dalet Dalet Lamed Saf, full spelling out of Yad. When Mispar Nidas is also Mispar Nidas. the same gematria as nidas. So when the yad gets spoiled, not only choisam is gematria nidas, yad in full is also gematria nidas. So you see that when the yad gets corrupted, it becomes nidas. Haynu avodas alilim shenetomo kanido. Like avodas alilim, is mitama like the tumas nida. Same way that the tumas nida is that the nida makes tumah whatever that she carries. The same thing about the zora is mitama anybody who carries it. So we see that avodas zora is a bechina of nida, and also so therefore we found the inyan of yadayim. When the inyan of yadayim gets corrupted, it becomes inyan of dam nida. The others become avodas zora from it. Ad kan.